Hello. The concept of a sensor is really important within PRTG, so in this video I'm going to explain what we mean by a sensor. When you're running PRTG, you'll see that each device has a number of small colored boxes that display information about that device. Each of these boxes is one sensor, and they're the basic monitoring elements within PRTG. One sensor monitors one single aspect on one device. So for a typical server, you would want to monitor the CPU, the disk space, the RAM, etc. Each of those things would be one sensor. Since you usually want to monitor several things on each device, you will end up with multiple sensors on each device. Let's look at a ping sensor now. Within each sensor, there are multiple individual metrics that make up the sensor. For example, in this ping sensor, you can see the downtime, the maximum and minimum ping time so far, the percent packet loss, and the current ping time. Each of these individual metrics is called a channel. So this ping sensor has 5 channels, which altogether monitor ping on this device. The number of channels in each sensor varies, depending on the type of sensor and on the target device. For example, a disk-free sensor will monitor all the disks on that device. If you only have one disk, it will only show that one disk, in this case, only disk C. However, if you have lots of disks on this device, then the one sensor will show you all of your disks, with each disk appearing as its own individual channel within the sensor. So this sensor has 9 channels, which altogether make up the one sensor that is monitoring the disk on this server. PRTG offers around 200 predefined sensor types, which you can see either inside the software or on our website. Inside the software, you can click on Add Sensor below your device tree, or in the Sensors menu, Add Sensor, or you can right-click on a device and select Add Sensor. Each of these will take you to this page, which shows you a list of all the sensor types that are available. Now, you don't want to scroll through this entire page looking for the sensor type you want, so there are filter options here at the top. You can either use the radio buttons to select something, like say we're interested in bandwidth on a Windows machine, to reduce the list to only those sensors relevant to bandwidth on a Windows machine. Or rather than the radio boxes, you can also enter search terms like traffic and Windows, which will also reduce the list to only those sensors that are relevant. And you then just click on the sensor to add it to your device. You can also find a list of all the sensors on our website if you search for Sensor List. This page shows you all the sensors we offer, organized into categories of things you might like to monitor. This list is great for getting new ideas or inspiration for things you could do with PRTG. Since the PRTG licensing is based on the number of sensors you use, it's important to know how many sensors you're going to need. As a very rough estimate, we find that most customers use between 5 and 10 sensors per device. If you already have PRTG running, you can see exactly how many sensors you're currently using if you go back to the device tree and look here at the top. So in my case, I have 1,012 sensors running. You can also see this if you go to the Setup menu, select System Status, and look over on the right under Database Objects. Here you'll also see the number of sensors currently in use. We base our licensing on the number of sensors because we believe it's the most fair method for our customers. You pay only for the level of monitoring you actually need, and you determine how you distribute your sensors. You can put lots of sensors on critical devices and only a few sensors on less important devices. That brings me to the end of this video about sensors. If you're new to PRTG, which you might be if you're watching this video, then I'd like to let you know we have lots of additional videos on our website under Support, Videos and Webinars. Thanks and goodbye.